Hey everyone, this is Dean with DCA Crypto. Got some news for you guys today, some bad news and some good news. So I'd appreciate if you subscribe to my channel, smash that like button, and let's jump into it. Alright, so today's video we're going to be covering some good news and some bad news, what's going on with some lawsuits in crypto that could create some FUD and could potentially cause a problem for us in the future as far as using MetaMask and stuff like that. But before you panic, I just want to make it clear nothing has happened to MetaMask, and there's nothing been directly said that they're going to shut MetaMask down or block it from U.S. residents. But the way the SEC is acting, it could come to that at some point. So I want to jump into some things here just to kind of let you guys know what's going on with the situation, what they're doing about it, and how we can react to it. So let's jump into it here. All right, so first of all, I just want to cover the quick market cap of crypto, 2.5 trillion. I think it's important that you guys pay attention to what's going on in the crypto market. We're kind of going sideways with Bitcoin and ETH and all those right now. So we haven't had too much going on this week with crypto so much. There was a little bit of a dump in Bitcoin, but nothing major. And right now we're just kind of going sideways. So we'll have to see how this, impact happens here in the upcoming months with the Bitcoin halving and stuff. And now we have the China ETFs coming into place on the 30th of April. I don't know if that's going to make a big impact or not, but it might because, there is potential of some big inflows of money from that. But it's only certain parts of China, I think, that can participate in it, and not mainland China, mainly Hong Kong. So first we want to jump into this first article here, and this is in Bitcoin Magazine. So the FBI has sent out a warning. The government is really starting to crack down on crypto, and I don't know if it's just the Biden administration in general, or if it's, the entire government, what's going on with it necessarily. I guess we'll find out if we get a new president from either a neutral party or a Republican Party at the end of the year as to where we're going to go in the future with crypto in the United States. But so far, the Democratic Party has done absolutely nothing for crypto. And, if Trump were to get into office, it might be a better situation for crypto because he's not anti-crypto like some of the Democrats have been. Or if Robert Kennedy Jr. were to get into office, he's actually pretty pro-crypto, and he said some very positive things about crypto and putting U.S. Spending from the government on the blockchain where it's transparent and everyone can see it. So he's pretty pro-crypto, so that could have a positive impact on us as well. And I'm not trying to make this a political view, whether you're left, right, center, or whatever. I'm just saying that depending on how, the vote goes this December or November, it could impact crypto in 2025. So we'll have to see and just kind of play it by ear with that. I'm hoping that they'll back off a little bit towards the end of the year with crypto regulation because the Democrats are going to want those votes, and a good part of the voting on the Democrat side is pro-crypto. So, they kind of have to keep that in mind. But the FBI is putting in a warning here about to Americans against using non-KYC crypto money transmitting services. So this is pretty much any DEX, any crypto exchange, anything out there crypto related that does not do KYC. So I'll read this over for you. The FBI has issued a public service announcement today warning Americans against using unregistered and non-know your customer, the KYC, cryptocurrency money transmitting services. It says here the FBI warns Americans using crypto money transmitting services that are not registered as money services businesses according to the United States federal law and do not adhere to anti-money laundering requirements. A few simple steps can prevent unintentional use of non-compliant services. For example, avoid cryptocurrency money transmitting services that do not collect KYC information from customers when required. And it says the FBI has recently conducted law enforcement operations against cryptocurrency services which were not licensed in accordance with federal law. People who use unlicensed cryptocurrency money transmitting services may encounter financial disruptions during law enforcement actions, especially if their cryptocurrency is intermingled with funds obtained through illegal means. Cryptocurrency money transmitting services that purposely break the law or knowingly facilitate illegal transactions will be investigated by law enforcement Using a service that does not comply with its legal obligations may put you at risk of losing access to funds after law enforcement operations target those businesses. So they're kind of saying here that, hey, if they're not a KYC service where they're abiding by the law and registering with the United States government and collecting our information to report it to the government, that they could potentially be shut down in the United States. So that would be MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Mexi, any of the exchanges out there that don't do KYC, pretty much, and a lot of the dexes out, pretty much all dexes, because none of them do KYC requirements. So that could be a potential red flag that they're thinking about, suing all of these platforms. I mean, they're not going to be able to sue them all because there's too many. So that's one thing that's going our way. Or they could just block them through any internet service provider in the United States, in which case you'll probably still be able to access them through a VPN. There's already a bunch of dexes out there that won't even let you use them. Orca is one of them if you're in the United States on Solana. So I just use a VPN to bypass that. So that'd be one option for you guys if you're going to use a dex. Maybe you want to use a VPN just so they don't know your transactions are from the US, because if you were to use it in the United States once, they could probably track that and maybe permanently block your wallet address. I don't know. I'm not saying that would happen, but those are some things you got to think about. So personally, I'm just going to use a VPN from now on when I'm doing any kind of crypto trading, except for on Coinbase or any of the US registered exchanges. But anytime I'm going to use a DEX or anything like that, I'm going to use a VPN and set my location to another country just to protect myself, because who knows what these idiots are going to do, and I don't need my wallet getting flagged for something. I'm not saying that's going to happen. It may not happen, but it's just something to think about with how this FUD is coming into play from the SEC and now the FBI as well. So this announcement, identified as alert number blah blah blah, urged Americans to only engage with registered money service businesses, or MSBs, that comply with anti-money laundering regulations. According to United States federal law, cryptocurrency money transmitting services must be registered as MSBs and adhere to AML requirements. The FBI says failure to comply may result in financial disruption during law enforcement actions, particularly if funds are mixed with illegally obtaining money. So, obviously if you're not doing anything illegal, you personally wouldn't have anything to worry about. But if the exchange, so I don't see how they could even do this to like MetaMask or DEX, because they have no control over whether someone's using it for illegal activity or not. It's decentralized. So it's really stupid that they would even think about doing this for like a DEX. But I could see that for certain exchanges, but even the exchanges themselves may not have any idea that this is going on. In some cases they have known and they've allowed it. And in that case, I can understand why they would press charges against them or take legal action. So it says here, just yesterday, the U.S. Department of Justice arrested the founders and CEO of the popular privacy-focused Bitcoin wallet and Mixer Samurai wallet and charged them with laundering more than $100 million on criminal proceeds. Then they worked with law enforcement in Portugal and Iceland to arrest one of the founders and seize Samurai's web servers and domain, in addition to serving a seizure warrant on the Google Play Store for its mobile app. So that's what they're starting to do. If they know they're doing any kind of illegal activity, they're going to actually shut the app down and they're going to block it from Google Store. They're going to block the web domains and shut it down. So they do have power to do some of this. Hopefully nothing like that would happen with some of the other sites out there, but this did happen to Samurai. So apparently they knew there was illegal activity going on, so that could be why. So I have to keep an eye on this and see how this goes. So the other thing I got on here is MetaMask developer sues the SEC over regulatory overreach. Ethereum's ecosystem developer Consensus Software has filed a lawsuit against the SEC, challenging the agency's regulatory actions concerning Ethereum and its related services. The lawsuit was filed in the Northern District of Texas and accuses the SEC of unlawful seizure of authority over Ethereum, asserting that such actions violate the Constitution and federal law. And so they're going to sue them over this. They're saying that this suit seeks a series of judicial declarations that Ethereum is not a security, and any SEC investigations based on such a premise would infringe on consensus Fifth Amendment rights, and that MetaMask consensus cryptocurrency wallet is not a broker under federal regulations. Therefore, furthermore, consensus requests a court injunction to prevent the SEC from pursuing investigations or enforcement actions related to MetaMask swap and staking functions. So it sounds like they're going after MetaMask and claiming that it is, selling unregistered securities through its swap feature, because MetaMask does have a built-in swap feature where you can swap ETH for other tokens. So, that's kind of where they're going with it. The SEC saying, they're trading securities because they're allowing the swap feature, even though it's pretty much decentralized. They're still going to go after them, and this could be a problem for us potentially. But it looks like consensus is taking the SEC to court before the SEC takes them to court, and they're going to go head on with the SEC and attack them before they get a lawsuit filed against them. So my guess would be the SEC is going to fight back and file a suit against, consensus and MetaMask. So we'll have to see how this plays out here, but hopefully consensus has got good attorneys on this. I believe I read somewhere that they're using the same attorneys that Ripple has for the XRP lawsuit. So that lawsuit sounds like it might be almost over with soon here. The Ripple lawsuit with XRP, they're either going to make a decision on this or it's going to go to trial soon in the next few days. So we'll have to see how that plays out, and if it goes to trial or not. Hopefully it settles and ends before trial. But we'll have to see how that plays out. But I think consensus is using the same attorneys, if I recall correctly on that. I might be wrong. But so our options would be, if they somehow block MetaMask, hopefully they don't block it in the app stores. That could be a problem. But you could maybe still download it if you're using a VPN if you don't have it downloaded on your device. And you could use a VPN to access it if hopefully you could use a VPN to access it if it were blocked on United States IP addresses, but I'm not sure how that would work with web browsers, so that could potentially be a problem. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that, and there's no mention of that yet, so you don't have to panic about it yet. I'm just kind of giving you guys a heads up that some of this stuff could be potentially happening, so you might want to look at some other options for decentralized wallet besides MetaMask as a backup in case you had to transfer your funds. I'm sure it wouldn't happen overnight if that were the case. I'm sure, because and it may not even do that, because there's literally millions of Americans out there using MetaMask for storage. So I'm thinking more or less they would make them shut down the swap feature of the wallet and not the wallet portion itself, because there's nothing with the wallet feature itself that would be breaking their securities law. Just the swap feature and the ability to purchase crypto with your debit card. I could see that being an issue, because you can purchase crypto with your debit card through MetaMask, also Trust Wallet, but they haven't mentioned going after Trust Wallet. So we'll have to see how this plays out, but it could be something that we want to keep an eye on for sure, and just kind of play it by ear on that. So this article here on CoinDesk.com, the interview with Bill Hughes, he said it can be said with confidence the SEC is investigating Ethereum. So they're talking about that on here. Last month, news broke that the SEC had subpoenaed the Ethereum Foundation in seeming a first move in preparing a potential lawsuit. At this point, all the world knows really is that some state authority had made contact, organizing the force behind the creation of the second largest cryptocurrency, Ether, according to the missing canary on the for-profit foundation. Consensus, Texas-based incubator that has developed a number of core tools for the Ethereum ecosystem, including the largest non-custodial wallet, MetaMask, node infrastructure service, Infura, as well as clients like Bisu and Tiku. To a large extent, Ethereum wouldn't be what it was today without consensus. What I will say is, he says, consensus likes to walk the walk and not just talk the talk. The firm has just spun out a number of projects built internally to be privately run or governed by their users. It's a tricky thing going from centralized to decentralized, Hughes said. If the SEC is building a case to declare Ether security, like it has for similar blockchain projects like Solana, Cardano, and Ripple, it may consider consensus outsized role in the ecosystem. There are a lot of reasons why it doesn't make sense to redefine ETH as a security. Notably, there is a multi-billion-dollar economy that is already built on it under the implicit understanding that it isn't a security. But isn't the only argument that the SEC could make, like they have no argument against Bitcoin because, you know, there's no sign of Satoshi Nakamoto, so they can't really say that he's got a vested interest in Bitcoin because he created it, because he, you know, as far as everybody knows, he's dead. But with, you know, Ethereum, its co-founder Vitalik Buterin is still around, and, you know, there's a potential that he does have, you know, a vested interest in the project itself, and he holds a lot of the coin personally, so the SEC could kind of use that against them. It's like a tricky legal subject that the SEC could, you know, use on their side of the matter, but they've been trying that with XRP through the Ripple lawsuit, and so far they've been losing on that, and the judge declared that, you know, XRP on the secondary exchanges is not considered a security and can't be considered one, so because there's no investment contract, you know, for people to purchase it. So, you know, that's kind of where they're going with this, and hopefully they take the SEC to court and win over this, but this could be a long drug out battle like it has been with Ripple. It's been going on for like 3 or 4 years now. It's been going on for a long time, maybe longer than that already. So, you know, it's kind of like, I guess it has been longer than 4 years now, I believe, for the Ripple lawsuit. So it's been a long time that this has been going on for that, so it could be a while for this as well. But they have, you know, certain injunctions that they can use in this lawsuit, like, you know, from the Ripple case to say, hey, you know, the judge said that XRP is not a security when sold on secondary exchanges, so there's no reason why Ethereum should be considered it as well. So, but pretty much that's what I want to cover for this video, guys. Just want to give you guys a heads up on what's going on with crypto. I'd like to keep you guys updated on these things because they affect all of us. They affect our portfolios, and you know, hopefully there's nothing drastic happens in the future with MetaMask or any of the other wallets or dexes out there. But if it does happen, we'll hopefully be able to try to find a way around it, because dexes can, you know, be created left and right out of nowhere. Anyone can create a dex and start, you know, providing liquidity and trading with it. So, you know, if they attack one, they're gonna, you know, there's gonna be another one that opens up tomorrow. But I just wanted to keep you guys updated on this. But I appreciate it, guys. Make sure you check out my Telegram. That is absolutely free. Join the Telegram community. The link is in the description below and the pinned comment. And check out my Discord. That is through Patreon. You can check that out in the pinned comment or the description below as well. I appreciate it, and we'll see you on the next video.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me, tell me, tell me. Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me, tell me, tell me.